Hi friends, I am Riju. Today I just plan to cover the topic VPN, Azure Point-to-Site VPN, and it's a certificate authentication. So what is the learning objective today we are plan to covering? So concept of Azure Firewall, Point-to-Site VPN, and Point-to-Site VPN tunnel protocol, and Point-to-Site VPN authentication method, and demo Azure Certificate Authentication method. Yes, we will go for our first slide. So this one Point-to-Site VPN connection. So we will just give you some introduction what is Point-to-Site VPN connection. So Point-to-Site VPN connection means the client connect the securely your virtual network from a remote location, and the client no need to require VPN device or public facing IP address. So just we will show you the demo. Okay, so here you can see you have one this is your Azure and you have one virtual network and one VM for VM server or anything. So this is your end user device, mobile or desktop or whatever you want. So user need to connect your device to your virtual network. So that's why we can use for client connect securely your virtual from remote location. So remote you can connect with your Azure VM or whatever the Azure service is available. You can connect through you no need to require for the public facing IP address. So what is the component need for this type of connection? We are using for the Point-to-Site VPN connection. So just we will first you need the Point-to-Site VPN gateway. So what is the response? This Point-to-Site VPN gateway is responsible for handling VPN connection and authentication for the Point-to-Site VPN connection. So once you need to create VPN gateway, then you need to configure your Point-to-Site VPN connection. So next you can see here Point-to-Site protocol. So what protocol? Tunneling protocol. So what you mean by tunneling means the protocol help you to create a encrypted tunnel between client device and your virtual network. So here you can see here you can create the encrypted tunnel between your virtual network and your end user device. You can see here your end user device, you can decide here for this one. So example, your device will connected through the public internet. So they are not connected through the public internet. It will be they will create for the tunnel type protocol. Okay. So whatever the tunnel type method is available, Open VPN protocol, Secure Socket Tunneling Protocol, and IKVPN protocol. So next we will go for the authentication method. So what is the authentication means? Verify the identity of the user device or the system attempt to access the network. So you create your tunnel type, you create your VPN gateway and everything. So you need to check your user authentication is correct or no. So that way the verify the identity of the user. So you using for the authentication method. So whatever the authentication method available for the Point-to-Site VPN connection, there are Azure Certificate, Microsoft Intra Authentication, and Active Directory Radius server. So these we will discuss in the detail for the slides. Okay. So next we will cover for the site protocol. So what are the tunnel type is available in the Point-to-Site VPN connection. So here you can see Point-to-Site VPN connection, and here you can see the supporting OS. So just we will check what is the Open VPN protocol. This is SSL TLL based protocol. It support all your OS. This is very important. This tunnel type, Open VPN tunnel type, will be support for the Linux, Mac, Windows, and Android, and Apple Mobile also. So this one is Open VPN protocol. Okay. So next one you can see Secure Tunneling Protocol. This protocol, proprietary TLE based VPN protocol, it support only the Windows device. You can see here this only supporting for the VPN device. So next one IKV version 2 VPN connection. This also same like Open VPN. It will be supporting for the almost all the OS, Linux, Windows, Macs, and Android device. And it's not sub Windows 10 and above, Mac OS version 10, because some particular software updation is need. For Windows 10 above they will support. Okay. So now you understand what is the protocol will be support for the what if the OS. So very important, if you choose Point-to-Site configuration, the protocol type is very important. So what is the protocol type you choose depends on your OS. Okay. So example, you need only Windows OS connection, you can use for the secure socket tunnel protocol. If you need to all the device you need to connect, you can make with IKVPN2 with IKVPN2 and open protocol, and also you can mix with the secure socket tunnel with IKVPN, also available for the point-to-site configuration. Next we will go for the point-to-site authentication method. We already told there are three authentication methods: Azure Certificate Authentication, Microsoft Intra Authentication, and Active Directory Domain Server. And for this chapter is different because I just go for the first demo for Azure Certificate Authentication, and the part 2 I will go for the Intra Authentication, and part 3 is will going for the Active Directory Domain Server. So first we will go for the Azure Certificate Authentication. Okay, this Azure Certificate Authentication. So you need to understand Azure Certificate Authentication. Azure Certificate using for the point-to-site authentication. You need to verify the correct device is connected to your virtual network. So we are using for the authentication method. So what is authentication? Azure Certificate using for the point-to-site authentication. So what certificate needed for the authentication? You need, very important, what certificate need for the authentication? They need root certificate. So what is your root certificate means? Highest level of certificate in the certificate chain, and it is a digital certificate, and certificate authority responsible for issuing the managing the digital certificate. So root certificate. So purpose of using this certificate: coding, signing, and encryption. Okay, so first we need the root certificate. Second, we need the client certificate. So what's the purpose of using the client certificate? Used for identity and authenticate individual user or device various application, because you need to check the correct device you are authenticating. That's client certificate we need. Okay, and client certificate issued trusted certificate authority and subordinate CA with organization public infrastructure PK. Okay, so you will understand once we will create this one, then you can easily understand what is the root certificate and client certificate. Okay, so how to we can generate the root client certificate for the authentication? So first method is enterprise solution method. So what is enterprise? Used for large organization institution and highest level of trust with the organization internal public infrastructure, and certificate is signed by the organization internal hierarchy. So this one you need to create for your Active Directory domain service and CS service. This is the enterprise solution. You can create for the root and client certificate through the enterprise solution. And another method you can use for the self-signed solution. So it's a digital certificate created by signed by the person or itself or the organization, because it's you will be create for the example, you need to connect to the particular PC or virtual machine, you need to create your self signed certificate. So they will connect only for the that certificate. Okay, but most recommended for the enterprise solution because it's more secure. Okay, so next we will go for the demo for the Azure Certificate Authentication using the self-signed certificate. So now we will go for our portal. So I will display for how to we can do for the Azure self-signed certificate authentication. What is the task? First we need to task 1. You can see here task 1. We need to create the VNet. So we will go for our portal. First step, we need to finish our creating the VNet. Okay. Now we reach our portal. So first step, we need to create our virtual network. So just click the virtual network, then click create the virtual network. Okay. So first I need to create the virtual network. So just I will go for the resource group. So I just create the resource group RJ site to site VPN demo. Okay, this is my resource group. Just I create one new resource group. Then VNet, I will just put VNet site to site VPN. Okay. Okay, Middle East region, whatever the region you need to choose it, then click in next, security purpose. Okay, IP address. So here we need to create our address space. I just go for 10.10, then I just go for the subnet. Here I will choose the subnet for the virtual network gateway, because we need to create for the subnet also at the same time. So just I will create for the virtual network gateway. Then after that you need to select the starting address 10.10. I will put for 1. .0 size is okay, then click add. So I needed to add one virtual again one subnet. It's like for my VM SN VM01, this for my VM. Okay, then I will put 2 10.0 24, it's okay. So now I create my, just go for next, then review and create. So we finished the task 1 and task 2, because task 1 is virtual network we need to create, and also we need to create the subnet for the gateway subnet and our virtual machine subnet. Deployment in progress. So now we will just go for our slide and we will check what is the next step. So here we need to finish the creating the virtual network, and we create the subnet also, VM and gateway subnet. Okay, so we finished the task 1 and task 2. So what is the task 3? We need to create the VPN gateway. So just we will go for our again our portal and we will create for our task 3. Okay, so now previously we create for the virtual network, its deployment is completed. We just go for virtual network, we need to check this already. So see, VNet site-to-site VPN is created. So what is our task 3? Task 3, we need to create our virtual network. Okay, we type virtual network, vir virtual, virtual network gateway. Just click that one. Then here we needed to select the name of your virtual network gateway. I will put v site GW. Okay, whatever the name you know, same region. And here you need to select your gateway type, VPN, and you need to SKUs type. I just go for VPN generation 1. And virtual network also you need previously create what is the virtual network you previously created. See here now not showing previously created, just refresh. I just refresh, you see before we not seeing, but after the refresh it's coming. Okay, just we will go for previously created virtual network VNet to site VPN. We will select that one, and you can see the gateway subnet is automatically coming. So we need to give the public IP address. So just we will create new public gateway pip GW. I give the name, and we need to give the public IP address is standard SKU is automatically coming. And if you select the next one, availability soon, I will select phone redundancy. And active mode, I kindly disable it. Okay, so here every step is completed. We will verify. Okay, we missed the instant name because we refreshed before that way. So again we will enter the name site to site VPN GW. Okay, so before refresh is okay. So now we complete. So next for tag, we not want to tag, just click review and create. So after that just click create. So what happened, we deploy our task 3 for virtual network gateway. So it take around 20-25 minutes. So just wait for the completion. So now we complete our task 3, create the VPN gateway. So what is our next step? We need to check, we need to create our VM, okay, virtual machine. So just we will go for the portal again, we will create for the VM. So just I will coming virtual machine, and then I will just go for Azure virtual machine. Then here we need to resource group, select the RJ site to site VPN demo. Then here we need to enter the virtual machine name. I need VM 01. Okay, then region, same region, and availability soon. I currently I don't want, no, standard also, because this is demo purpose 2000. Okay, so here we need to enter the username. So allow, currently I allow the public IP address. Okay, allow the public port, inbound for the RDP port. Okay, so next one, next disk, I just choose the disk standard only I need. Then I just go for networking. Here we need to select our virtual network, previously create VNet to site VPN. Then here we need to subnet. For, so what is subnet we previously create, we select SN VM01. Okay, So public IP automatically coming, and NIC is okay, everything fine. So go into default. Next to management, it's okay. Monitoring, next advanced, next is tag and review and create. So now we will creating our virtual machine, right? So just click create. Now the virtual machine deployment is progress. So we will check for, see, now the deployment is progress for our gateway and deployment is progress for our virtual machine. Okay, so we will just go for again our task and we will check what is the next task. Okay, complete our task for creating the VM. So VM completed, virtual network gateway completed, and VNet and subnet also completed. So what is this task 5 means? Create the self-signed root certificate and export to the public certificate data to base 64 encode x45 x509.cr file uploaded to the point-to-site VPN configuration. So just we need to create the self-signed root certificate. Okay, so where we will create the self-signed root certificate? So our virtual machine. Okay, because I need to connect this virtual machine through the VPN connection point-to-site. So I need to create the self-sign for this virtual machine. Okay, because I previously deployed. So just to go into your virtual machine and check the deployment is complete or no. Then we need to open remote desktop this virtual machine. Then we will create for the self-signed root certificate. Okay, now our deployment is completed. So we just go for our virtual machine. So just open the virtual machine. We need to check our public IP address. So just to copy this public IP address, remote desktop connection. Just click remote desktop connection and enter the IP address 40.120.108 and 52. I just enter this public IP address and then show more. Just enter the name admin B. So this is my username. So just remotely I will try to connect. So now our virtual machine is open VM. Just click network S. So after that server manager will be running. So we need to go for here first. Just enter your certificate MMC. Just this one MMC. Just click OK. So here we need to enter the add and remove snaps. So we need to add the certificate first. Just add it. So my user computer, so you can easily understand the certificate will be coming and what everything. So just to go for here, just to you go for your personal certificate. So currently we don't have any certificate, so we need to add our self-signed root certificate. So how to we can add this one? So I just now going for how to we can create our self-signed certificate. So just to go for the Microsoft document. This is the creating the self-signed root certificate. So how to we can create from the computer Windows 10 or later Windows 2000 and open the window PowerShell console, and you need to create your self-signed root certificate name, whatever the root name you want to give, but as per the example they will create self-signed P2S root certificate. So whatever the name you need to, you can give it, then automatically install a certificate in the user personal certificate. Okay, so just we will go for now these steps. So this is our PowerShell command, PAM at type custom and subject, whatever the subject you want to change you can give and change your subject. Okay, so just I will go for copy now the same steps. Then I just go for my virtual machine again. This is my virtual machine. So I just open PowerShell now. Run as administrator. So after that I just paste this one, whatever we are copying for creating. So you need to change this name, you can change P2C root certificate. The default demo purpose I will use the same PowerShell code. Okay, so just after that you just enter snip code for So now we enter the first code is already executed. So we just go into our again now leave the PowerShell console open, proceed, and next step to generate the client certificate. So step 2, we need to create our client. So what happened, we need to create our root certificate, then after that we need to create our client certificate. So just we need to check if it's working or no. Just we will go for our here, then we need to refresh. See, now you can see your P2 root certificate is created. So in your VM virtual machine. So next one, we need to create our client certificate. So what is the code we need to go for here? Again we need to come our client certificate. So how to we can generate the client certificate? Generate the client certificate, the same step you need to go. You need to copy this code for here. So here you can see type custom and subject child certificate and DNSP2 child certification name and signature. Okay, so just to copy this one, and again you need to go for your PowerShell, then paste the code, then click enter. So it take little bit time to loading, so just waiting for the completion. So now you can see our P2S child certificate automatically created. So just we will go for refresh again in our certificates page. Just go for refresh. So now you can see here P2S child certificate already created, P2S root certificate also created. So we need to go for our PowerPoint. So what is our next steps? So here we can see here you need to export the public certificate into the base 64 encode. So just we will go for exporting our certificate. How to we can export? Just to go into our push command again, our virtual machine again coming. So here you can see you need to export your certificate. Now we can see we need to export our root certificate. So just click this one. So all task, just click export, then click next. Then yes, we don't want the private key, just click next. So select the base 64 encodex. Okay, so just click this one, then click next, and here you need to enter the name. So what is this one? Root cert. Okay, then browse. So sorry, because we need to here we need to enter root crt. Okay, base 64 encode. Just save it. So the file will be saved in the desktop. Okay, so click next and finish. So what happened, our export will be completed for our root SCRT. Okay, so just we need to go for our desktop, same virtual machine desktop. You can see here your survey. So right click this one, then open with notepad, more apps, just click notepad, click OK. So see here you can see beginning certificate and certificate. We don't want this beginning certificate and end certificate, so just remove this one. Then after that copy this completely, just to copy. Then you need to copy this root certificate code to our virtual private network gateway. So just we need to go for our Azure portal again. So we reach our Azure portal here. So we need to check. Still we cannot deploy our code. It take little bit time because deployment is still in the progress. So we will waiting for our VPN gateway completed. So after that we need to paste our that public key code. Okay, so just we will waiting for the deployment. Okay, you can see your deployment is succeed virtual private network gateway. So just go into Microsoft Azure, then site-to-site VPN gateway, just click it. So here you can see this is your VPN and this is your public IP address or site-to-site VPN gateway. So what our step, we need to click for the point-to-site configuration. Just click the point-to-site configuration. Then here you need to configure now. So how to? So they will ask you address pool, what is the tunnel type and authentication method and additional root address. So you need to select what is the authentication method. Now we go for Azure certificate. So just click the Azure certificate. You can see here public certificate data. So you need to copy previously create the notepad. So I just copy this same copy, then go into again. Okay, just paste it. Then here you need to give your name. Yes, is2 yes VPN. Okay, just to give the name. Then after that we just enter the address pool. So what is the address pool you need, but that address pool not interface with the local network IP address. Okay, so I just go for entering 172.16.16.0/24. So what this address pool IP address will be given to each client who's the computer or mobile or device, whatever the connection will be going to the virtual network. This site to site VPN gateway provide this IP address pool. Okay, 172.16.16. so very important, you need to correlate with the same IP address for your device. Okay, so just we will 172.16.16.0 then 20/24. Okay, the 24 subnet. So just I need to remaining step, everything is same, and here you need to select your tunnel type. So what is the tunnel type you need to select? There Open VPN, SSTP, IKv2. So I just go for the IKv2 and Open VPN SSL. So IKv2 will be connected for the all the OS. So just I will select for IK version 2 and Open SSL. Then after that you need to click save. So now we upload our public certificate data to our site to site VPN gateway. So what is the next step? We will check in the our PowerPoint. Next task, we need to create our self-signed client certificate and export for the PFX file. So we already create our self-signed client certificate. So what we need to export as a .pfx. So just we will go for our virtual machine again. So now we minimize, then again we need to CMC, then refresh. So here you can see this is your child certificate. Okay, so just right click, same like all tasks, then export, then click in next. So this time we need the private key also. Just click X, then click S, then what you need? Personal information extend pkcs12.pfx. so just to copy that one, then click this one, then click in next. Here you need to enter your password. So I just enter 1234, but in the real scenario you need to enter on your own password. I duplicate good password, sorry, enter the good password, okay, for you, and just I will enter 1234. Then I just click next, and where you want to save, just click browse. I save the desktop, so I will enter the name pk. Okay, then click save. So after that next click finish it, then click OK. So now we export our child certificate for pkk. Okay, so we need to copy and install whatever the device we need to connect for the our virtual network. So I just copy this one. So I just copy that same content. This is my local machine. I just open one folder before created, then I will paste this one. So you copy that file and you just paste it. This is my local machine. I just install this one in here. Okay, so before installing I will open the same MMC here. Yes, then here we need to add, remove the snaps, then we need to go for certificate. Yes, finish. Okay, so here we just go to our personal certificate. So just you can see here, you can see your certificate. Okay, after installation. So just I will double click, then current user, next, enter the whatever the password before, enter 1234, next, finish. Yeah, they will ask you P2 root certificate you needed to install. You are able to install certificate from the certificate authority claiming to represent P2S root certificate. So just click S, the root completed. So just go for here, I just refresh. So here you can see P2S child certificate installed. Okay, so now our step task also completed. We install our root certificate because I needed to connect my local device to virtual network. Okay, so that's why I installed the our client certificate. If you have another computer, you just install the same the child certificate in that machine. Okay, then you can only connect. Okay, so complete task 6 also. Then we will go for task 7. So task 7, configuration VPN, point to site VPN, we also complete that one. We enter our protocol we selected, and we will enter our authentication certificate also. So task 7 also we completed. So now we need to download the VPN configuration and we need to install our device. Okay, so just we will go for now our Azure portal, then we will download our VPN client software. Okay, so here we can see the saved virtual network gateway is completed, so the configuration is already completed. So what we will do, we just download the VPN client application. So just download it. So just waiting for the downloading, take little time to complete, so but we will waiting for the download. So download is completed. You can see here, this is your file. Just open the folder. So here you can see your site-to-site VPN gateway, the download file, or just click and extract all, then click extract. Okay, so after extract you can see site-to-site VPN gateway is there. Just double click, so you can get to the all the Windows PowerShell, Windows x80, Azure VPN, generic VPN, and Open VPN, and Windows AMD 64. So just open whatever you need to go for connection. So just we will go for that one. My system is x64 bit architecture. If you have 32 bit, you using for the x86. I just go for this one. Then we need to install this client. Okay, so just double click, then more inform, just run, then click yes. Do you want to install this VPN client to site to say? Yes, I need to yes. So now what happened, your VPN client is installed. So we need to go for our VPN settings. So just we need to go for VPN settings. You just go for here settings. You can check the VPN setting, you can get it from VPN setting. So now you can see here VPN settings signed to site already installed. So what is my aim, I need to try to connect. So just click connect, then click connect, then you need to click continue, then click yes. So now what happened, your VPN site to site VPN is connected. So what we need to confirm the connection is work. So we need to do the remote desktop connectivity through private IP address of our virtual machine. So just go for check what is the private IP address for our virtual machine. Go for our virtual machine VM01. Then we need to check what is our private IP address network. So you can see 10.10.2.4. just to copy that private IP address, then just go for remote desktop connectivity. Now we need to connect our remote desktop, our virtual machine, to our private IP address. Private IP address. Okay, so just to copy private IP address 10.10.2.4. then after that show more, then click here, what is the username, admin p, then click connect, then after that enter the password, then click OK, then click yes. See, now our device connected to 10.10.2.4 private IP address of our virtual machine through my local PC. Okay, you can see the same configuration. You can see here the same. Okay, same IP address. So before you see, before we connect through the publicly, now we use our private IP address through for our site to site VPN connection. So now you can see we complete almost all the steps, download and install VPN configuration, and we just connect through our device to client device to our virtual machine. So now you understand what is the Azure certificate or the self-signed certificate. So if you like my video, please subscribe my channel and support me. Thank you so much.